What's up, Medu? So a lot of people have been asking questions about how to get into witchcraft and what you really need to know whenever you are starting your practice, and just different things that would be helpful whenever you are getting into the practice. I tend to think of things in the very basic sense and then expand on from that. So the way I'm going to be explaining witchcraft is basically like this. Your intention is basically your energy that you are giving out, and what you are receiving is what you are manifesting. Um, Also, with witchcraft, it does depend on your specific practice and maybe what type of culture you're in. That would depend on the direct vocabulary. So, say if someone says they are enchanting something, that could be blessing something. It's the same thing, it's just the different ways that you can go about your practice. I would suggest in the beginning you learn the different vocabularies, and also you learn the basics of why your particular practice is the way it is. You can go into a practice and just sort of learn the feel for how it is whenever you are doing it, but I would suggest whenever you are freshly starting, or if you're going to practice something different, you learn what it is to be that type of witch. Learn about the history of that practice. Each practice, just because it is the same, does not mean that everyone has practiced it the same way. There are different regions and different environments, different religions, and just different limitations and different factors that go into a practice whenever someone is going to do that. A lot of modern witches, they tend to tailor everything towards them, and they sort of get the ingredients and they will use the ingredients for what they need it to be. This is something that's very easy to do, and it's not something that really requires you to have a bunch of money. I think in the basics of most witchcraft, it is all about whatever you have on hand and also your intentions. So if you are someone that has a excess amount of ingredients, maybe you look into the meaning of said ingredients and then you can do your workings based on that. This is just a good way to go about doing your practice, to not have yourself in the constant state of feeling like you need something specific, and it's just to get the good mind frame of using whatever you have and also your intentions. And speaking of intentions, that is something that every witch would need to get used to and also have a good grasp of whenever they are doing their practice. You can have several different ingredients and you can do a spell several different ways, but if your intentions are not precise and also in the right alignment whenever you are doing a spell or a ritual, then you will not have the outcome that you want. You might get an outcome for your spell, and yes, that is success, having any sort of outcome whenever you are doing a spell, but to really tailor your spells and to really tailor your experience in this world, you will need to focus your intentions on whatever it is that you're doing. Setting your intentions can be done multiple different ways. I'm going to be doing a few different videos on different types of intention settings and also different ways you can do intention settings. Setting your intentions is something that's very basic in any type of practice that you're going to be doing. It is possible for someone to just on a whim mix a few ingredients together and manifest something just like that. But for everyone, that is not a possibility, and that is not something you should strive to do. You should strive to use whatever you have on hand and your intentions to get the outcome that you want. And as you grow into your practice and as you have more success and more failures in your practice, you will learn what ingredients work for you and what ingredients work not the best for you. This does not mean that you cannot become a witch just because of the ingredients. This just means that maybe using a certain ingredients radiates more with your practice, and maybe that's something you need to use more of, or maybe you're trying to use a certain material and maybe it's very limiting to you in whatever type of way, so you will not want to use that in your practice. Finding the right balance in your intentions and the ingredients is something that over time you will be able to do, and is something that is very freeing when you actually learn how to use your intentions properly. One way I like to think of manifesting and just doing a practice in general is thinking of it like a cooking skill. So you can learn how to cook basics, you can learn how to do basic things for yourself, but if you would like to amplify that, you would add different ingredients, mix in different techniques, maybe try different ingredients altogether, or maybe different dishes altogether. And what you will come up with is a certain palette and a certain menu that is just for you, that you can go to, and you know, okay, if I want to have this specific outcome, I'm craving this specific thing, or I'm trying to manifest this specific thing into my life, I can go to my menu, figure out exactly what I need, figure out which ingredients I've already tried and tested, and I can figure out exactly what I need. In the beginning, it's good to have a grimoire. I'm going to be doing a video about how to make a grimoire. It's going to be up here. But creating a grimoire is something very easy in the beginning that you can do to not only contain all the information that you're learning, but also just to keep track of everything and know what has been working and what hasn't been working. This has been just a very basic video on what it is to be into witchcraft. If you'd like to know more about witchcraft or witchcraft related content, just subscribe to my channel and check out the playlist if you would like to know specific things that go into witchcraft, such as if you want to learn about kitchen witchcraft or green witchcraft or just anything that you can make with the materials that you have. I also have playlists like that on my channel. It's where you can learn the basics and also just learn a little bit more about practice. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Have a good day, night life. Enjoy yourself and be happy.